Trying. It's me, Bradley G, here at Synergy Cafe, here in the World Nerve Center headquarters, in my home office in the basement. And I'm here, like I said, in Minneapolis. I'm actually in the city of Fridley, which is a suburb north of Minneapolis. And this is a cool interview I've got because years ago I bought an Airstream motorhome. And I was going to become a snowbird. My idea was to get sponsored by KOA Campgrounds. And this was before the internet was getting real popular. But the idea that the internet was all going to connect, and a lot of the RVers and, Airstream clubs and all that stuff would need some kind of satellite dish to pull their internet in because they wouldn't want to get offline too long, even though they're camping. So I had that idea. And then I realized that a motorhome is a house on wheels. So now you got house maintenance and car maintenance. And I just decided to not do it. And I gave it to my brother and he used it to go to the races. So my dream didn't happen, but I think I might have. Maybe I sparked something in our guest today and he decided to do it and he accomplished it. But I think he accomplished it because he had some help. So I'll be right back. His name is Kyle. Kyle Hudson. Sleights and Spirits. I'm going to go to the green room. I'll be right back and I'll go get Kyle. Hey, Kyle, how you doing?
Hey. Good. How about you, Brad?
Wonderful and a half, and then some to the 10th power of infinity.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
So thanks for being here. This is kind of fun because, like I'd mentioned in the intro there, that I was doing this same thing, but you took it to another level.
Yep.
How long have you been doing magic?
Oh, since I was in high school, so almost 20 years, 15, 20 years.
Okay. That's what it takes. And so what was it that got you? Was it a magic kit?
So I remember, no, it actually wasn't a magic kit. I had a magician at my 5th birthday party. And that was also coincidentally the same year that David Blaine's first street special came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of piqued my interest. And then, but like growing up, I guess, middle school, high school, it was kind of dorky, kind of nerdy. I was self-conscious as like any teen is. And so I kind of just did it in my room, kind of didn't really talk about it or do it for people. But then really high school into college, I kind of broke out of my shell and really pursued it. So.
Okay. That's sort of a standard kind of thing. And you do end up, for a while, you feel kind of dorky when you first start and everybody, because all of a sudden all the eyes are on you.
Yeah.
You got to be careful because if you get burned, then they make fun of you and stuff. But once you get going, all of a sudden you're like put on a different level. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
So you got married, right?
I did. Yep. Got married in 2018.
And you got kids too?
Got 2 kids, 4-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Okay. You're set.
Yeah. I have a boy and a girl. I got the collector's set. So they keep me busy.
The collector's set.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have none of them. My wife's got one, so I sort of inherited it.
Yep.
He's a grown adult now.
Okay.
But the thing is you're doing your thing. Do you take the kids with you when you take off on you're in your Airstream now, aren't you?
I'm in Airstream now. Yeah. I don't have anything back here because I just got back last night from a gig. And so took everything down, all my displays, and basically back here, I'll have all different sorts of tricks and effects and things staged, and I can just kind of open up the case and grab and go. But my wife comes with me. We normally get a sitter for the kids. My 4-year-old has come to a couple of shows. He just kind of sits in the back and watches Dad do his thing. So, but yeah, it's fun. I love me and my wife go together, and she kind of is like manages the whole thing and does some of the content shooting and whatnot, and it's fun.
Now, your passion was the magic, and I understand that because I watched some of your video and stuff of that is hers was more the decorating, which is kind of nice, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So this is actually probably our 9th or 10th Airstream that we've done.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So actually when we were engaged, it was her idea. She was fascinated with vintage Airstream travel trailers. She's like, what if we buy one and we get married instead of like jumping in, getting an apartment or a house or something like that? We travel around and you pursue magic. Because at the time I was doing construction, carpentry, things like that. She's like, you should pursue magic. So that was kind of the idea. And then we renovated our first one that we were going to live in. I had student debt. And long story short, we ended up selling it to kind of kickstart our life together, our marriage and stuff. So we sold one, and then it kind of snowballed, and a couple asked us to do one for them. And then that thing led to another. And finally, 10 airstreams later, like we're here with, this magic lounge, and it's kind of come full circle for us. So.
Okay, now, so the other thing was more of renewing airstreams for people that wanted to go camping and
Correct.
RVing.
Yep.
Have you thought about like franchising the concept of the Sleights and Spirits? And
one person has reached out to me, and they're like, hey, how much ballpark would it cost to like recreate this? Because I mean, I'm not towing this thing necessarily across the country. It's a 1967 airstream. So I mean, theoretically, if someone did come to me and was like, hey, you want to build me out a magic lounge, and I got the trailer already, I would consider it. So I think it'd be cool.
well, my idea is a little bit different. I was going to get sponsored by the digital satellite company, and then I would do free shows at the KOAs.
Yeah.
And then I would pitch their satellite thing at the thing, but it was going to be more outdoor, or they go inside of your vehicle.
Yeah.
But I can see something like that being replicated, and
oh, sure,
do 50 of them and make it exclusive to first state.
Yeah. Yep.
Just drive around the area. That's pretty cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's neat that you had your wife to take care of it, because when I had mine, I had to do my own deal, and it was old, it was this ugly like mustard green.
Oh yeah.
Because it was vintage.
Yeah, exactly.
I redo the carpet because the carpet was this ugly yellow shag stuff. So I redid the carpet, but the carpet didn't really match the seats and stuff. So I didn't have it all prettied up like you had. I probably got married before I tried it.
Right. Yeah. I certainly wouldn't be here without my wife, because it was really the whole concept of a magic lounge and an airstream was her idea. And then just like us collaborating and how we bring it to life. So she's the brains, and I'm the paid help. So.
No, I think it was a good little mix. It sounds like you had someone, because you probably, I mean, you had all that school debt and all that kind of stuff. You probably wouldn't have gone down the magic road, because most people say, like I was doing magic full time in the late 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I'd do gigs, and they go, so what's your real job?
Yeah, of course.
Even though I was making a living at it, they'd ask you, what's your real job? So people don't think that it can happen.
Indeed.
But actually it can, I think. Magic, to me, magic is, I've been doing it since I was like 4. My brain developed differently. Mm-hmm. And it's fascinating that it's a global thing. So you can take your airstream on a boat and take it over to the Philippines or something, and people will still embrace the magical thing. And it's not bound by, young and old, doesn't matter. Gender doesn't matter. Religion doesn't matter. Well, sometimes religion might matter, I guess.
Sometimes. Yeah. Actually, that's funny you say that, because right after college, I went to India for almost 2 months, and I was staying with kind of a nonprofit group with a HIV/AIDS orphanage, doing some work with them. And they took me to this little village, and they told me I was the first white man ever in this village. And so I ended up doing magic for like this village. I have a picture and all these kids and people surrounding me. None of them, I didn't speak Hindi, and they didn't obviously speak English, with the exception of the people I was with. And I had to kind of be careful with some of the stuff I was doing, because it was like I wasn't going to make anything float or things like that. But like card tricks were fine and stuff. And it was kind of funny, because it does, transcend culture, religion, language, and it's funny how it can connect you and bring you different places, so.
Well, it's fascinating how, I mean, it's fun to be fooled. And it doesn't happen a lot to me anymore, because I know the basics of it. It's kind of like music. Once you know the chords and the stuff, you can kind of play whatever.
Yeah.
And magic's kind of like that too. But I was at the Minnesota State Fair just yesterday, and my wife was looking at things, and I was looking at this shelf, And I noticed that the person on the other side of me was wearing the same shirt I was wearing. It was a Green Lantern t-shirt. I was going to run
Okay.
around the other side and say, hey, look, we got matching shirts. Then I realized it was a mirror I was looking at. So,
Yeah, right.
very good.
Oh man. Yeah.
You're located where again?
Metro Detroit. So I'm about 35 minutes north of Detroit.
And how far will you travel? Is it a matter of money? You have the cash to travel?
So so typically when people contact me, I'll do like a 35, 40 mile an hour radius. That kind of gets me to like Ann Arbor, Michigan, where like University of Michigan is. It gets me up to the Flint area, really all of kind of Southeast Michigan. But I have had some people contact me for coming up to Traverse City, Michigan, which is like way up at the tip of the Lower Peninsula. I'm going up there next month. For sure, I'm going there like waiting to decide whether they want the lounge to come as well. But yeah, I mean, I'm open to taking it different places. Someone mentioned to me to bring it to, gosh, I'm going to forget the name of it. It's a magic convention in Des Moines, Iowa. The name is getting away from me.
Abracadabra?
Abercorndabra, that's it. Yep.
I was
Yep.
just
Yep.
I
So
was just there. I haven't been to a convention for a long, long time, but I decided to go to that one, see if I could reignite the fire.
yeah,
I'm
oh yeah,
68, so that's what I'm trying to do right now is kind of re-energize myself back into the magic world.
sure. Yeah,
Now,
oh yeah.
is this a motor home or a trailer?
It's a trailer. Yep. So it's a 26-foot. They measure like the ball to the bumper, so it's about 3 feet inside. Travel trailer. Yep.
Okay. But I suppose you could kind of redesign, remodel anything, right? Doesn't matter the
Mm-hmm.
size, really. I mean, size of the
No, I
audience.
mean, yeah, no, yeah. So we've done like Sprinter vans, like the Amazon delivery vans. We built those out before, but yeah, really anything mobile we've done pretty much. So
Okay, so you're not limited to Airstream. You can kind of.
no, yeah, vans, buses, yeah, yeah.
So we won't expose any secrets, but do you have some secrets that are built into your interior decor?
So other than like just the kind of display case behind me, which I have magic props that look like everyday objects and things that I can incorporate
Okay.
depending on the audience, depending on the situation. I'm going to have some things built into my table. It's kind of because we just launched like a month and a half ago. I'm still kind of feeling things out. I'm going to have some things because in the front, behind the camera right now, I have a little bar area with a kegerator, countertop, and things like that. So I'm going to incorporate some things into the furniture, into the decor that I can use for whether it be an out or whether it be, a seemingly impromptu effect, with like wine glasses or a beer can or something. So there's some things in the works, some props that I'll have installed into stuff, but nothing too in depth yet.
A little drawer box that all of your props magically appear.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So where are you marketing it to? Is it specific for private parties or corporate events or fairs, festivals, city celebrations? Where's your niche?
Yeah. So I'm hoping to kind of narrow it down to like private parties, corporate, and I've been getting into weddings a little bit as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some public stuff with like fairs and festivals here and there. Probably not too often, but once in a blue moon, I'll do something with that. But so I'm set up on like the Knot and the Wedding Wire, like the wedding sites. And the way I'm marketing this, because it's so different and so unique, because obviously, like as a magician, I've done cocktail hours at a wedding, just strolling magic. But we had the idea to maybe market this for weddings in a way where after speeches, after dinner, during dancing, there's always like 20 to 40% of people who maybe they're elderly, maybe they don't like to dance or they just can't dance. And I think this would be really cool, depending on the venue, to park near, the reception, whether it's an outdoor venue, a golf course, something like that, where people have an alternative entertainment option and, help that like 20 to 40% feel included. and not like they have to go home early, you know? So I'm hoping that that kind of takes off. I've got a couple weddings booked, so we'll see how it goes.
I
And
think if you can communicate that little niche is the people that are being excluded, because I
yeah,
was just recently at a friend's wedding and my wife loves to dance. I don't like to dance, so I
yeah,
just sat at the table. Not that I'm not okay with being by myself, but
sure.
if there were it was something like that, I would want to go and check
Yeah,
that out because it's sort of a um, it's sort of a non-participatory type of entertainment. I can just
yeah,
watch instead of work.
yes,
It's a good
exactly,
idea.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll see. I've got a couple of them booked this fall, and also a couple like I'm also marketing it to, if you don't want me at your wedding, you know, maybe you do a rehearsal dinner for your like bridal party, something like that. So got one of those booked as well. So
I'll give you a tip for some corporate that's got deep pockets is trade shows. If you
yeah.
can position it as your presentation is actually qualifying the prospects,
Hmm.
they would pre-qual them to see if they're actually the decision maker. Then they go into the vehicle
Yeah.
and then they get the sort of a magical pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Closer.
I've always been fascinated by trade shows. Was never like sure, you know, how you. I know like some friends who have gotten in, and it's just finding that right opportunity. You know.
We can talk after that. I know the trade show market very well. I used to
Oh,
produce
cool.
them. I used to promote a guy that did trade show sales training and teaches people how to do it. And then locally
Okay.
here, a guy that just passed away started the exhibitor show or the exhibitor magazine and the exhibitor show in Las Vegas, Lee Knight.
Okay. Okay.
And
Cool.
he
Awesome.
used to do a lot of trade show work. And it's a different area. Sometimes they got very large budgets. If you can make things, you can sell some giant supercomputer, you're
Yeah.
worth it.
Yep. Yep.
Very
Definitely.
cool. So how's it going with Claude, our friend Claude Haggerty, helping with the sponsorship
It's
stuff?
going good. I need to schedule a one-on-one with him. I am just about done with my flip book. So I've been compiling all my stuff. I've got about 3 or 4 different sponsorship ideas, people I want to approach. I grew up, and I still am involved with the church, and so I want to get and partner with some churches and some parachurch organizations, and do some different shows, raise some funds for some foster care nonprofits, as well as some. Um, I think it's called Dwell Uganda. I might not have that correct, but they build houses and put new roofs for villages in Uganda, things like that. So I'd love to. I've got some stuff on my radar, some things that I have in the works, and I'm excited to implement everything that we learned in that 6-week course. So
Mhm.
um, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting program he's got in that the nonprofits usually they're doing fundraisers for a reason. It's to raise funds, therefore they don't want to spend money on entertainment. So if you
Yeah.
go outside of them, and then
Yep.
there's the nonprofits have to be very careful how they interpret how their money is interpreted. It's a
Yep.
donation versus a fee kind
Yep.
of thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So by separating it that way, the donation stuff happens in the nonprofit sector, and then the
Hmm.
marketing stuff can happen with the business
Yes. Yep.
sponsors, corporate stuff.
Yep.
So
Exactly. Yeah.
that's encouraging to me because I always had that problem. They want to hire you for this thing, but we don't have much of a budget. Yes, you
Yeah.
do. You just don't want to spend it. I understand.
Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone for about 18, 19 minutes here. Is there
Yeah.
anything else you want to share before we close it off? Any new visions for Sleights and Spirits?
Man. Nothing like specific comes to mind. It's just I'm enjoying really just the whole process of it all, taking it all in day by day, because it's everyone that I've talked to is like, oh, isn't like magician wise, is anybody else doing that? And I'm like, not that I know of. I think it's the kind of somewhat the first of its kind in an
Mhm.
airstream. And so just taking it day by day, trying to see what works and what doesn't, and really just not taking it too seriously, and just having fun with it and seeing. Eventually, I know it'll get in front of the right people, and I'll find out what works and what doesn't and stuff like that. So I'm just really enjoying the process, and working towards making this my full-time thing. So.
Well, I think that's wise. Oftentimes I get too much into it and I end up having this vision, and then people see what it is and they're kind of scared because it seems too big.
Yeah.
They don't want to jump the chasm, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's probably wise taking the baby steps and seeing where it goes. Kind of like working a sailboat, you know, you're not jumping over the waves. You're kind of just adjusting the rudder as you go through.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's a good analogy.
Alrighty. I'm going to let you go into the green room, and I changed everything in there. There's new digital hors d'oeuvres in there if you want to partake in our locale digital hors d'oeuvres. I always say that, and some people think it's funny, but it's getting old. I got to come up with a new joke.
Hey, it's good.
Okay, Kyle, appreciate you taking the time. This is fun.
Thanks, Brad.
Take care.
Appreciate it. Yep. See ya.
There you have it. Kyle Hudson with Sleights and Spirits.com. Write that down, take a screenshot, and here's the little graphic so you can see that's the inside of it when it's all decked out. See all the magic posters on the side and everything. And I should have asked him how many people fit in there, but I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll put it in the blog post. So that's it. That's all we got for you today. I appreciate you taking the time. I want you to be good and be kind, be nice. I'm going to sign this one off and tune in for the next Synergy Cafe. We got another one coming up, I think, next week. Peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good.